Alrighty, hello everyone. My name is Lachlan Coombe, and I'm going to be one of the mentors for this year's group for BLDG 1021. This video will include an overview of your upcoming group assignment, as well as some recounts of my own past experience regarding the wiki page and group video. So the assignment details consist of two key parts: the wiki page and then the group video submission. So the wiki page will be divided into 10 member groups. Each group will have individual access to their own wiki pages, so you'll be able to see the work done by your other group members, but you won't be able to see any of the other groups. You'll have a self-elected team leader who will organize and schedule team meetings. All group members are to assist and aid this group leader. It's not just down to them, but that's best if they sort of take on the role. The team leader is also going to be required to complete an executive summary. The self-allocated roles will be self-allocated, so you'll have to basically choose your own positions, such as project director, contracts administrator, site manager, etc. Now it's pretty key to allocate the roles to members who have interests and/or experience in this. So if there's someone who's got contracts administration experience, then there's your contracts administrator. Although not everyone will have experience with each role, but prioritize getting someone who's going to be keen on it and produce the best work possible. So you'll have to complete elements of a major construction project. Each element will be completed by each individual student. These elements include project objectives, construction analysis, project efficiency management, project risks, plant equipment requirements. Each member is required to conduct their own research and data collection, and they'll complete each component that's allocated to them on the group page wiki. And now it's pretty key to remain on topic and throughout your contributions onto the wiki page, keep it relevant to your project. Yeah, that is the aim of the game of this particular assignment, is to dive into detail into the chosen projects that you guys have already chosen, and yeah, so remain on topic and try not just keep it broad and vague. So the benefits of the wiki page that's unique to this course is it provides a shared platform for work updates and the eventual display for marking. It's actually really good. There's a template provided on each sub page of the wiki pages, which allows for really clear direction and aid in completing the work. So, you've got a pretty good idea of what you need to be doing right from the get-go. Another pretty good thing is only 400, 500 words per subsection, so totally handleable. Does require a bit of work, but, not as daunting as some other assignments you'll come across. The wiki page also allows for a common workspace. So each member can sort of track the work contribution of the other members, and everyone can kind of see where everyone's at and use that as this sort of motivation to keep going. Now, the video submission is the second component of this group assignment. It's 5 to 10 minutes long. You'll have to basically go into detail on your chosen construction project. You'll include relevant information you've gathered whilst completing your wiki page. Yeah, so you guys are pretty lucky where SUMAD's giving out resources from previous years, so you can use those as guides and sort of follow those and help you complete this assignment. Individual members are to outline their roles and responsibilities in the project, and it'll basically be a big group montage of each person sort of going through their own roles and responsibilities. Now, with that being said, there's a few things you want to be aiming for to try and produce a high quality video. You don't want to just try and do it so it's just people speaking directly into the webcam and changing between each 10 members. Instead, you want it to flow well between topics, be well structured, get amongst the editing in this and have sort of nice transition between scenes. Get a bit creative and use as many film techniques as you can try and employ, such as different camera angles and that sort of stuff. The aim of the game is just try and create it as engaging and stimulating for the audience. So with doing that, you can use stuff like props, get your high visors out, hard hats, clipboards, sort of pretend to do some mock meetings, mock phone calls. Yeah, so you're trying to just paint the picture of what it would be like to be part of this team and working on this particular project. So with that, you want to be including some actual site footage. If you can't get to the actual project, because some of them are in different states and whatnot, then, you know, just go and find relevant ones. If it's a road project, go and find some roadworks. All right, so we'll start to review my old past assignment. So we were doing the Great Western Highway, 10-person group that eventuated into 9 as someone dropped out, but that's all part of it. So part of your executive summary, the team leader, this is part of theirs. You want to be giving a brief introduction into it, going through what the project is, you know, is it government or private, that sort of thing. Pretty standard executive summary. Trying to include as many visual sort of graphs and images relevant to the project, try and create a bit of an understanding for the marker. So this is an overview of the plan of the Great Western Highway. Yeah, so there's lots of resources out there on the internet that, you know, you'll be trying to grab and use for your own thing. In here you also have your project team video, which we'll go through a bit of our one later on. So with this, we'll be focusing on the group sections, the construction management sections. So there's the project objectives, contractual arrangements, project stakeholders, organizational requirements, personnel flow management, leadership, construction site analysis, crane and tower, plan equipment location, work process and schedule, project efficiency with the Muda analysis. So we'll jump straight in and see it coming up with, these are the, when you go into it yourself, you'll see the prescribed template that I mentioned earlier, and you'll basically try and tick off the things prescribed in there that Samad's already put in and sort of deleting it as you go. So one of them was the project objectives and scope. You know, so you want to fill out the stuff that's provided in the template. Once again, using as many sort of images and graphs to sort of keep you engaged and try to avoid the wall-to-wall text. Yeah, so remaining specific and on target to your particular project as well is pretty vital. You don't want to just fluff on, so keep it succinct. You've only got 400 to 500 words, which, you know, disappears pretty quickly once you get going. So keep it succinct and keep it on topic. Yeah, so these once again are just going through the main dot points that are provided in the template and sort of going on from there. So lots of images, you know, all the figures named. Yeah, trying to go into as much detail as you can within the word limit. And referencing is key. This is a big group member task. Like 10 group members is quite a lot for a group assignment. But one thing you're really trying to keep track of is keeping it consistent, and, you know, not having 10 individual submissions, but trying to keep it so you're using the same referencing style, using the same text sizes and fonts and layouts and image figuring and that sort of stuff. So that's pretty key to try and keep track of. You want it to be coherent and consistent. So we can go into another section here. We did contractual arrangements. So once again, big opening image and following those sort of prescribed templates that Samad's put in here. Yeah, and so it is really key to keep it consistent, and sort of once you've all completed your own sections, to go back and do like a final once over and make sure that everyone's completing the same text styles and font sizes, and also that your work is all sort of, you know, delivered in you know, a unified approach. So yeah. Once again, here are all the references, trying to keep it consistent throughout. Now we'll go through and have a look at the video.
I'm Lachlan Coombe, the appointed project director for the $250 million Great Western Highway upgrade. I've really got my work cut out for me during this large-scale public operation. I'm tasked in having to manage, oversee, control and provide executive decisions for the 3 main sections of the Great Western Highway proposal. The work may have started in 2010, but my activity within the project began well before that, and I will continue being heavily involved in the program right up until its completion. I was involved in the pre-construction phase of the project during the dialogue between contractors and the relevant stakeholders, where the main focus was trying to tackle the issue of what are the most effective strategies we can implement when attempting to resolve the safety and traffic issues along the existing span of the Great Western Highway. My role is focused on planning, scheduling, organisation and communication whereby I must ensure that all the contractors are able to work harmoniously within this multifaceted project. I have to oversee and allocate the distribution of resources, being that of money, manpower, or machinery, in the most effective way. I simply couldn't complete this project without maintaining frequent dialogue with my team of skilled managers dedicated to the many different aspects of this project. Let's go and meet the team.
Hi, my name is Matthew Buchanan and I am the Finance Officer for the Great Western Highway Upgrade Project. It is my responsibility to conduct the budgeting and estimating prior to the start of the project and relay this information onto the rest of the team to ensure that they are aware of the financial guidelines. The restoration and expansion of such a large stretch of road comes with significant variables and costs, so it is pivotal that the original estimate is as accurate as possible. The Great Western Highway Upgrade is an original cost estimate of $450 million based on forecasting conducted by the finance team. Throughout the project, it is my responsibility to monitor budgets, track expenditure to the compared estimates, and pass this information on to the project.
Hi, I'm Soben, and I'm the HR manager for Great Western Highway. As a HR manager, the primary responsibilities of my job include developing and administering human resources plans and procedures that relate to company personnel, planning, organising and controlling the activities and actions of the HR department, and contributing to the development of HR department goals, objectives and systems. Given that I am the HR manager of the Great Western Highway Upgrades project, it is my duty to assess, monitor and evaluate employee performance, whilst also dealing with any conflicts that may arise during this construction project. Further, it is my duty to ensure that company safety procedures and policies are upheld during construction. As such, my duties cover a broad scope of many issues in the construction business, ranging from employee salaries and employee acquisition to the other end of the spectrum, including exit interviews and counselling.
My name is Jack Keating, and I am the Work Health and Safety Coordinator of the Great Western Highway Upgrades project.
So I won't go through the whole thing, as you guys will have lots of references to go and other sort of assignments to go through. But in that, you can kind of see that it's not just a case of 10 people all speaking directly into into webcam and following a script, but rather we've had our each individual parts where we go through our roles and responsibilities and provide that separate content from each member. But the video side of it, there was group collaboration. We were in props. And doing some sort of mock meetings and mock phone calls and stuff like that. You feel pretty silly doing it, but that's all part of it. And once it's over and it's all submitted. So you want to get a bit creative with it and put yourself out there and sort of try and get amongst the video as much as you can. Try and keep it on topic. And really key for this group assignment, like a big part of this assignment, is to test your team working skills. A university degree that didn't get you involved with group assignments, isn't preparing you for the real world, because, these projects aren't done single-handedly. So a big component of this assignment is trying to prove that you guys can pull off working with a group of 10. And 10 is pretty massive for a university assignment, but, it's tiny compared to large-scale construction. So it's good to, prove that everyone was committed and everyone was involved with it. And of course, there's going to be people with certain personal issues or whatnot that can't make it on the day or what have you, but you really want to try and aim for that collective group work, because that's a big part of what this assignment is. So thank you all for listening, and we'll have another Q&A and stuff like that on the 30th of June in the tutorial. Hope to see you guys all there, and all's best.